Talk about why we got our quarterback of the Falcons, who is I don't know if you know this, he's a white guy in his mid-30s, and he has made it for the first time in your career, kind of said, I'm going to do something big in terms of really putting myself out there with this Matt Ryan Radiothon. What prompted it? Well, we kind of know what prompted, but why are you so passionate about using your forum to do this? And that's what today is about over the next 13 hours.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, thank you to everyone here at 680. That's what prompted it. Having, been a partner with you guys for the last, I guess, 7 or 8 years, however long it's been. You guys have been amazing to work with. And so the idea came up as the GoFundMe started of doing something like this. And, I said, I'm in. I'd love to do it. And, fortunately, we've got some different people who are going to hop on today to talk about, their experiences, a couple of teammates of mine and other athletes from, across the Atlanta spectrum, which will be really good. But I think it's a great chance for people to hear from guys, but also to raise some money. And we've had really good discussions so far about where this money is going to go, and I think it's going to really impact our community. The idea is
you were pretty vocal after George Floyd in a number of incidents that have occurred of late, that you wanted to do something to listen and learn more about the black community. But then the notion was, how do you create something advancing the lives of the black community and encouraging folks to do the same or to join in? Just to repeat it, you said it. I mean, it's even hard for us. We're 50-year-old white guy and a white woman and a 40-year-old white dude to sit here and try to relate properly, to all the things that African Americans are faced with, right? And you talked about your own privilege growing up. We've all had that, everybody in this room, to a degree. So first it started by you listening and realizing maybe we're not totally in tune with what our teammates, right,
sure,
have dealt with. And what can we do about it? And is that how this kind of all evolved?
Yeah, I think so. It started with really listening in some Zoom team meetings that we had of guys talking about different experiences that they've gone through and their reaction to the current state of affairs. And, one thing I think is that we all have our own experiences, and they're all different. But they're all equally valuable. And I think that's probably sometimes the thing that, as a white male, you lose sight of that. When you leave the locker room, your experience in the world is different from teammates that I have. And so, being empathetic to the different situations and the different experiences that people have, I think I've always, sort of felt that way, but I've definitely listened and learned a lot more in the last month than I have really in my entire life.
Yeah.
And it starts at such a young age, and the first initiative I see on here, youth education, providing equal opportunity for children of all backgrounds, which is fantastic because that's where kind of you start bringing it up and giving the young kids an opportunity not only to learn and be educated, but to have a better life.
Yeah, for sure. And there's great programs that already exist in our community. Some of them might be underfunded, and that's one of the areas where, we can provide assistance. I think we're going to continue to deep dive into different grassroots organizations that do a good job in this sector and try and help, keep them going during a tough time, during a time where there isn't a whole lot of money floating around for people to do. So maybe the timing that we're doing this is,
and I bet is
ideal.
I bet it makes those organizations better too and more accountable for whatever reason it might be.
When you can pour real cash dollars into whether it's after-school programs, youth sports, all the things that we all know how positive sports is to be around, mentoring, coaches. In some cases, you may not have a mother and father in the house, so how do you handle the time from when you're out of school and weekends and everything else? And I would imagine spending money in that direction. We all have been deeply impacted by sports, right? What a great impact that can have.
For sure. It's been a huge factor in my life.
Right.
It's definitely changed my life, and I think it's positively impacted so many different people. But you talk about these after-school programs, and it's interesting. We don't know what it's going to look like in the fall, right? With COVID and everything going on, it's unique circumstances. But at that same time, as people are going back to work, children, they need to be
no doubt
in environments where they're learning and being engaged and safe and all of those types of things. And so that's something that we would like to help, and I think we'll find the right avenues to do a good job with that.
680thefan.com is the easiest place to donate, and you'll notice that front page. It has Matt Ryan's picture, all of his initiatives. All that money is staying local. It is easy as clicking on the $10. And then they go up from there. So it couldn't be any easier for you. Also on our social media, at 680thefan, at SportsSandra. I just texted out where you can text to a number and donate, and the phone number. So if you're driving in your car, when you get where you can land, the easiest thing to do, 680thefan.com. And give what you can, Matt. I mean, you came out of pocket $500,000. But it is, me and Steak know this well from doing these radiothons. It's the $10. It's the $20. It's what you spend for lunch that adds up.
100%. And those, to me, as I've followed kind of the comments that I've got, it's the people that, have been going through a tough time, but are donating $5.
Right.
And saying, I don't really have much, but this is the most I can do, but it's important to me to do that. I think that is enormous. And, so I'm encouraged by how many different people have responded to this cause. And if you're able to do it, great. If you're not able to do it, which all of us completely understand, just be nice, be kind, get out there and be positive and promote that message. So we encourage all of that.
Voter education